Wow! Whoa! Action shot!
No, my camera! Welcome back to the Man Card channel. Today we're back in Nick's garage, working on his bike, because it's broke.
I broke it.
How?
You don't take a non-purpose built Harley off-roading. Yeah, something like that. I put a giant hole in the primary cover.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
It's
so
bad.
the primer is getting replaced because there's a big ass hole, and
That's about it. So we're going to show you how to pull the plug, make sure you get all the primary fluid out, pull the whole primary cover, the gasket.
Get all of the primary fluid out?
Well, there's going to be a little bit in there. There's going to be a touch. There's going to be a smidge.
A little titch.
Titch. A titch.
What's your
Something.
word for a little bit? Leave it down below. I hate them. Oh, you just say a little. I don't know what's up with all the other
A
words.
smidge. That's the word I use.
No.
Cameraman Andy, what do you use?
Little.
Yeah! See? Oh, God.
Let's get to
We're
it!
gonna have to bleep that word out, along with words like
Mother.
yeah, like those words.
You're going to have to blur my mouth.
Let's go to the front side of the bike.
Take the drain plug out first, get whatever is left in there of the primary fluid, which shouldn't be too much, seeing that it all leaked out of my driveway. Next to nothing. So there was literally a few drops. So every drain plug will have a magnet on it. There's a little bit of crap on the end of it. That's all right because that's just your clutch fiber. If it's got chunks of metal and stuff like that in it, you're going to want to take everything apart and either inspect it yourself if you know what you're doing or take it into somebody that knows what they're doing to have a better look at it because things probably are falling apart. So we're going to start now with taking the derby cover off, which I don't have the right tools for, so magic! I should probably also get some.
This is what I do the whole episode. There's really nothing for me to do. I'm just gonna eat pizza. Ralph and Rosie, sweet sauce pizza. Hit us up. Let's get some sponsorships called. Cup and char, sweet sauce. No other pizza.
That's it. Alright, hey, I'm back with the right tools. I'm going to start with taking the derby cover off. So now that the derby cover's off, looks like everything's just about out of it. So we're going to start with taking all these bolts out. Every time you remove something on one of these, you replace the gasket. Everything looks good in here. There's no damage to it. It's just there was a puncture in the primary case itself. So what we'll do is we'll go through, wipe everything down, slap the new gasket on. We have our new/used primary cover. For the most part, these are interchangeable. This actually came off of a Softail. Obviously, this is a wide glide. This was, as long as it's the same engine size, mine was a 103 cubic inch. This came off of a CVO. So they did those in 103 prior to this year for Softails. So we're good to slap that on. We're just gonna.
Can you show us the puncture in the
Oh yeah. Actually, you can see it from this side. So this is from the inside. I'm not saying it's fact, but from what I've seen, Harley-Davidson releases a newer engine and they put it in usually the CVOs. So you'll get a Softail CVO for, I think it was like 2008. They brought the 103 out, but they didn't release it for other bikes until 2010 or 11. So some of those earlier engines, though, have different detent pins in different places. So this one has it in the back. I got lucky, and it actually lines up because most of the time, I believe they're over here. But you'll have this detent pin that basically is just an alignment tool, and then you'll have this detent pin, but this actually holds a bolt. So, all right. So you'll have your new gasket, and you can order these online. I like to go to the dealership to get my gaskets, even though they overcharge for everything. Gaskets aren't too expensive, but I'd like to get it right from them so I know that it's going to fit. So we'll line everything up using those alignment pins, those detent pins. So you want to make sure that this surface is clean as well. I did notice, because it is used after the fact, after I got it, there is some nicks right here.
There's a nick right here. Got him.
Excuse me a minute. Now back from that brief intermission. As I was saying, you want to make sure that this entire surface is clean. Your mating surfaces, which mine is. You're just going to line everything up. Start with your pins. You can choose to use Loctite. I'm not going to. I'm going to torque them to proper torque specifications. So, depends on how anal retentive you are. Every manual does have a torque specification, has a routine maintenance for checking your torque spec on your bolts, but we don't want it that tight. So I have my torque wrench here. This is actually a foot-pound torque wrench, but I found a conversion on there. Apparently it's just divided by 12. Who would have thunk it? But for the wide glide specifically, it's anywhere from 108 inch-pounds to 120 inch-pounds. So I'm going to start at 90 inch-pounds, which would be 7.5 foot-pounds. Then I'm going to jump to 100, which would be 9 foot-pounds, and then 120, which would be 10 foot-pounds. So that's how I'm going to finish it up. And there is a torque pattern. Each one of these bolts, it'll be like 1, 2, 3. I don't remember after that. So I have a little cheat sheet here. Let's start it.
You don't want this on YouTube. This is how you get banned from YouTube.
So everything's torqued. We're going to follow up by filling it. After we put our drain plug back in, torque that to specification, and throw the derby cover on. It'll be basically ready to start. Make sure everything is running the way that it should. All right. So obviously, before you throw your primary fluid in there, you want to make sure you throw the drain plug back in. I'm just going to snug that for now. But for everybody that's going to ask, because I know that we're going to get questions about it, I use Formula Plus right from Harley Davidson. Yes, you can use AMSOIL. Yes, you can use a bunch of different other manufacturers. This is my preference. I would rather go right to Harley Davidson to get this. No muss, no fuss, whatever you want to call it. The fluid, the amount of fluid that goes in there ranges. I believe it's anywhere from 30 to 32 fluid ounces. I've heard that sometimes it's a little bit more. I'm going to put a quart in there, see where it sits. If it's good for my taste, that's where I'm going to leave it. All right, and when you're done with this, you just right at the base of the basket. So it's just over the chain. Like I said, that's good enough for me. So I'm going to throw the derby cover on, but before we do that, we're going to need the new gasket. This is somewhat of a mix of primary fluid, brake fluid, a little bit of oil.
Maybe some gasoline.
Yeah, I found it. Alright, so anyways, we are talking this at 8 foot-pounds, which is 100 inch-pounds. We're going to see if it starts. The battery's honestly probably too dead to start. Also, I should probably say, when you start a vehicle in an enclosed garage, it's probably a good idea to actually open a door. I mean, carbon monoxide poisoning is not really a joke. But we here at the Man Card channel don't really f***ing care, so we're going to start it up anyways. Well, now that it's been about a year later.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, you just watched Nick replace the primary on his Dyna. We never filmed an outro that day, so this is us months and months later, finally remembering to do that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I think I remember what the content of it was. It was a while ago. I remember a camera getting smashed.
If we messed it up, you'll let us know, right?
I think so. So always remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram for updates and shenanigans, and check us out on Patreon if you want to help us with being stupid.
Yeah, we're doing stuff, so we'll see what happens. So as always, this is Nick.
That's Corey.
This is Man Card Channel. Bye. There was no one here the whole time.
Fuck just happened? What was that?
Did you see that? We were like holding it, but not really. It was
I
in the
wasn't
air.
holding it.